Soft, sensual, sweet, and boy does she aim to please. Crystal Quartz is the self-professed Brisbane Burlesque scene's buttercream cupcake. She uses her womanly wiles to entertain, pleasure, and bewitch the audience. Curves for days and eyes that burn straight through to your soul. You'll be left under her spell after every performance. Welcome back to the Burlesque Bulletin podcast. I'm your host, Honey Holloway, and today we are here with Crystal Quartz.
Hello.
Hi, Crystal. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. You're looking absolutely stunning today.
Thank you.
Got the matching situation going on.
Yes, obsessed.
I love it.
Yes.
I love this necklace too.
Yes,
it's
thank
crystals.
you. It is crystals.
Oh.
Yes, it's on brand.
On brand. Very good, very good. So before we get into it, you've told me already, so I know your sun, moon, and rising. But for the audience and everyone listening, if they want to know the tea, what is your big three?
The tea is spicy. So I am a Leo sun, so a Leo moon, and I am a Pisces rising.
Oh, that's a lethal but beautiful combination.
Thank you.
I feel like. Do you feel like you relate a lot to those signs?
Yeah, I think like as a younger person, definitely related a lot to the Pisces. But I've grown into liking my Leo. I think there's like a lot of negative about Leo in the media. And then when you really get into it, we're very vibrant and loud, but we're also like very loving people. And we're willing to give that vibrancy and that energy to others. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I always just think of love when I think of Leo. Like they are like the heart, like the center stage, as people always think, when they think of Leo.
Yeah.
But it is all about like love and wanting people to love them and wanting to love other people and it's just like big and expansive love. Yeah. So that's how I think of Leos, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they do get a bad rap, unfortunately. But I mean, Geminis, Scorpios, they all get a bad rap.
Yeah.
Everyone's got the bad side, but we got the good side too.
We do.
Yeah. So let's get into the fun burlesque stuff. Ooh. So tell us about yourself, about how you got into burlesque.
Yes. So love the law on this. Actually moved into a house full of burlesque performers.
Okay.
So Bobby Rotten, and I don't know that she performs anymore, but Gem, they were both living in a house in Ashgrove, and I knew them through a friend of mine, and they were looking for a housemate, and I was like, oh, can I move in, please?
Oh my God, that would be the best house to move into.
Yeah, and I really had no idea about burlesque, like moving into the house, and they were like, just come to like one class, just see if you like it, and I was immediately obsessed.
Yeah, they're just like luring you in.
Yeah,
just one. You can leave after that if you hate it, because you're definitely gonna hate it.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll spend all your money on it now.
Yeah.
You have no money now. That's it. Yeah, and then since then, like a lot of young people have come in and out of that house. Sorry, young people is how I talk at work, so it's just like anyone between the ages of 12 and 25 is a young person.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have come out burlesque performers. So yeah, its name is Pussy Palace.
Oh, nice. Oh my God, that's so funny because my last house, we called it, what did we call it? We called it Pussy Palace and something else. I'm trying to remember. But it was like the same name. Yeah. And I'm like, how did we, because half of us were gay. So that's the reason why.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a few other P's in there, but I'll have to remember them later.
It's sadly disbanded now. We've all moved out, but like all of us are still doing burly, and I love that about the houses, that it just really brought that energy. So yeah.
Love that. And how was your first class?
So my first class was at BB LaBeouf School of Performance, and because I'm an icon, obviously, so I was like, I can do a chair dance. I've never done burlesque before. And halfway through the term, I got really bad bronchitis. So I'm like hanging backwards off this chair, like having like a coughing fit. And BB's like, please go sit down.
Yeah. Just take a break.
Take a break. But yeah, I loved it. I think kind of going in hard was kind of helpful though, because I was like, well, everything beyond this I can do if I've achieved this one chair class. So yeah,
I feel like as well, like going into a chair class, that's sort of like one of the classic burlesque things.
Yeah,
like it's like starting straight with fans, and then you realize how hard fans are.
Oh, there was props and everything. I'm pretty sure we had like little hair pieces. There was like a fake cigarette.
Oh my God, amazing.
Really into it.
Love that. So can you describe Crystal Quartz in 5 words?
Yeah. Chaotic, fiery, sexy. Probably self-love are the other 2.
Love that.
Yeah.
A hyphenated action there.
Yeah.
And so how did you choose your stage name?
So it does mean something to me. Like, it's fun. And I did do a little bit of research before I came up with the name. Crystal was obviously, I have a lot of crystals. I'm a bit witchy, a bit woo-woo. And a quartz, like a clear quartz, like I've got here, they actually don't have their own power, but they amplify the power of other crystals around them. And I felt like that really, spoke to me.
I love that.
So,
that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Love that. So who's been some of your burlesque inspirations?
Well, definitely Bobby Rotten, because I lived with her. And I think someone else has spoken about, I think it was Busybody spoke about her first ever debut act. She just gets out on stage and does this hilarious lifesaver routine where she's putting sunscreen and eating it. It's Greek yogurt. But,
okay, good. Thank God. That's a hazard.
But it was amazing. It was amazing. Rosalind Rouge, I got to, like, BB LaBeouf was such an amazing place for me to experience burlesque, I feel, because it was like that alt side. And even though there was a lot of classical performers, I still got to see both sides of it. So I also, like, I'm obsessed with Atlas. I think she's just, like, so beautiful. And obviously BB. But, I suppose, like, a lot of near burlesque performers, that's what I really, like, love.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's good because they have so many, like, because I feel like with burlesque, you go and you just think it's the classic.
Yes.
And then you realize there's so many different forms.
So many.
And BB's school does have that. Like, you can just go into something super old, super grungy, like, 90s or just anything. Like, they have it, which is amazing. And you can find something that's, like, speaks to you.
That speaks to you, yeah, absolutely.
Sure. So what's your creative process with creating an act?
I grew up doing dance, so I hear the music first, and that's normally where my acts spawn from, for lack of a better word. The only time I haven't done that is with one of my most recent acts. I did a Violet Beauregard act to Candy by Mandy Moore. And
I love that song.
Oh,
I saw the snippets of on like Follies.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I wish I went to that performance because I love that song.
I love Mandy Moore so much. I was struggling to, like, find a song, so I was like, I really want to try it this way and see if I can do it.
Switch around.
And Mara Maraschino messaged me and was just like, they were doing the Sunday alt at Blutz.
Yeah.
And she was like, just bring a new act and do it. And I was like, I don't have anything. And then I heard Candy by Mandy Moore and I was like, oh my God, of course. So we did the choreo in, like, an afternoon and was so thrown together. But it's become something that everyone really loves. So that's the only time I've ever done it like that.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay, I can do this. But I very much am much more comfortable with, like, hearing a song and like it coming from the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I can't believe you just, like, whipped it together so quickly. Well done.
There were breakdowns, but
yeah. So what's your morning routine?
My morning routine?
Yeah.
I preach sleep hygiene at work because I work with people with mental health concerns. So I get up at the same time every day, regardless of the sleep I've had. And I wash my face, do my hair because I have curly hair, so you can't just wake up.
Yeah.
I would love to just wake up. And then I'm so bad, and I probably just, like, crack a Red Bull almost straight away.
Got to get that energy
breakfast
going.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm, like, a sucker for a good morning routine. Like,
yeah.
I love that. And it's so good for mental health as well, like, keeping the same routine every day.
Helps your sleep schedule. It really does.
Totally. So what does a normal day look like for you? That could be a work day or just a normal chill day.
A normal day for me, well, I do work a pleb job 9 to 5.
Flame job.
I don't get to be glamorous all the time. So it actually looks very different from day to day because my day job is I go out to schools and I talk about mental health literacy. I teach young people. So I could be anywhere at any given time. But on the weekends, generally, I still get up at the same time. I'm such an early bird.
Love that.
I wake up chaotic.
What time do you get up? Is it like early?
Yeah, anytime between 6 and 7, even on the weekends.
So you don't even sleep in?
No.
Do you ever allow yourself to sleep in?
I try. I will force myself to go back to sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just never feel
But
good
you just
after.
wake up at 6 and then you're like, okay,
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Yeah, so I get up, I go to work, and I come home, and my partner and I really try and watch a TV show together. Just something so that we're still kind of connecting and we get to have something to chat about.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoy. And then I listen to audiobooks before I go to bed.
Nice.
Because again, sleep schedule.
Definitely. So do you have any pre-show routines or rituals?
Yeah. So generally speaking, the night before I end up always doing something with my friends. And I think that's kind of to stop my anxiety. Because then I'm not thinking all the time. Before I'm not lying in bed
Yeah.
I'm doing something, keeping myself busy. It's the same as when you talk about doing an exam. There's no point cramming at the last minute. So get some fun in, have some rest. And then the day of, I have such bad time anxiety. So I'm ready hours early. If I don't go, okay, I'm going to get ready at this time. I'm going to shower at this time.
Yeah.
So I can leave at this time.
Yeah. That's good because you never want to rush because otherwise it's more stress.
No, yeah, definitely.
What's been one of your favourite highlights throughout your burlesque journey?
It's probably a tie between Apprentice 2022 and Alt this year, Ultimate Showdown. Both for similar reasons, I suppose. Apprentice, I just really wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. I went in with no issues with whether I did or didn't place. I just really wanted to put myself on a bigger stage. And Ultimate Showdown's just really close to my heart. That alt space really speaks to me. That queer safe space, especially for us with chronic health conditions and stuff. I've just never felt so safe.
Yeah.
So it meant a lot to be up there and even get through to the showdown on the night. I was exhausted though, and I was very happy for Willow to get through. She jumped off the stage into a split. I had no chance.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay, no worries.
Yeah, that was amazing. I saw the videos because I wasn't there sadly, but oh my God. I'm
she's an icon.
She's got to have some bruises after that.
Surely. I don't know how she was walking. She was backstage. I was like, what?
She's oh, I forgot I did that.
Yeah.
It's just a normal day. So what's been some of the maybe not so great moments or malfunctions on stage or anything like that?
COVID happened really quickly after I started. I started going to classes in 2019, and I did my first solo in the January or February of 2020. Oh my God. Then we went into COVID.
Right
so I think that just stalled my solo career, for lack of a better word. But I just felt like I didn't know where to go from there. And it was really, really hard to get back on stages. There was a lot of anxiety about where my money was even coming from, job-wise. So that was really hard to choose to keep focusing on something that you have to spend money on to make money.
Yeah. And I suppose with, with COVID, yeah, as you said, it's hard to keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
I find when you start, you do your first solo, it's so exciting and you're oh my God, I've got so many ideas, going to do so many solos, to have that sort of pause.
Oh, yeah.
And then oh crap.
Yeah.
Do I keep going? Do I stop? So yeah, that would have been really hard.
And my act that I did for Apprentice 2022 was the same solo that I debuted in 2020. So it was really weird. For 2 years later, I'd really still only performed that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Probably a couple more times than other people got to with theirs, which I'm very thankful for that I still had that little bit of confidence. But other than that, I think it brings so much happiness to me.
Yeah.
You know, so even when you fail, you're going to learn something from it. I don't think that anything has like hurt me to the point of not feeling like I can go back.
Yeah, totally. So what's a surprising lesson that you've had to learn or a challenge that you've had to overcome?
Being plus size. I didn't think about myself in that way. Obviously, I know what I look like in the mirror. But immediately I started getting like, you're so brave.
Oh my God.
I'm like, no, I'm not.
I hate that word so much.
I know. I'm like, people like fighting for their lives are brave. I'm literally getting up and shaking my tits in front of you. That's, I don't know if we can call it that. And I think sometimes it's really hard not to just like turn to the person and be like, just fucking call me fat to my face. Because that's what you mean. And that's okay. Like, you're allowed to look at my body and see something different to what you see in the mirror. But it's just really abrupt. People think they're being really nice. And I hate it.
It's a bit of a backhanded compliment. Or they mean it nicely, but yeah, it's not. When they actually think about what they're saying, it's not.
Yeah. That's like just a pet hate of mine, I think.
Yeah. A quick thanks to Camattreephotovideo for sponsoring the Burlesque Bulletin and for all his hard work behind the scenes, filming and editing the podcast. Cam has been involved in the burlesque industry for over 12 years through his photography and videography. If you are a performer looking to get promo photos and video, or a producer looking to get your show photographed or filmed, please contact Cam through his website, camattreephotovideo, or find him on Instagram at camattreephotovideo. And now back to the episode. So if you could choose someone to share a dressing room with, who would it be?
I shared a dressing room once so early on, like my first ever year of doing burlesque with Ruby Slippers. She was just doing a show.
Oh my God.
With BB.
So jealous.
Like she was performing, and I've just like ever since wanted to like actually get to work with her.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God.
She's an icon.
Backstage, and she was just there.
Wow.
Look, I'm fangirling now.
Yeah. Did you know then? You like, this is Ruby Slippers?
Yeah, I was trying to be really chill.
Yeah.
And clearly I'm a very chill person, so that went super well.
If you could swap lives with anyone for a day in the burlesque community, who would it be?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. Anyone. You know, probably Mara Maraschino, because she exudes all the confidence that I want in my life.
Yeah. Would you want to perform as her? Would you want to MC as her? Because she does so many things.
I want to be able to MC. Like, I've never tried MCing, but I don't know if I could.
Amazing.
She's so good at it.
Sometimes I think, I'm like, does she just like improv on stage? Like, it feels so natural.
Oh, I've seen her practicing.
Okay.
So I think she has
does
like a
write
script.
It before. Yeah, okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mara, but I think she has like a script at least, like a basic one.
Yeah.
But it's just that balance between, you know, keeping the audience informed, excited and happy. That's so hard. That's so hard.
Yeah, and just engaged and Yeah, she does such an amazing job.
Yeah.
So good. What's a random or surprising fact about you?
I'm a pretty open book, honestly.
Like something just so, like, for me, for example, I can do this.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
I can do it with, like, most of my hand, most of my fingers.
So
that's, like,
birthmark shaped like a butterfly.
Oh my God, that's cool.
Yeah. I've been asked for as a tattoo, and I thought that was really weird because it's brown.
I mean, you've got red tattoos and stuff.
True.
Like, you know, you've got all the colours, so that would be a very specific, like, request for a tattoo. But that's so cool. I feel like you're, like, chosen. Like, I don't know.
Chosen to be a fairy, guys.
Yeah.
My dreams have come true.
If you could only perform to one song ever again, what would it be?
Cocaine Jesus by Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Okay. I don't know if I've heard that song.
The build, it's so sad, which is why I haven't, like, actually performed to it yet, because I think I would just need to, like, delve so deep into myself.
That's the Pisces rising, right?
Yeah. I'm not ready. Yeah.
What's one of your favorite things to do outside of burlesque?
I'm a really big swimmer. I love swimming.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Like
the
ocean or pool or?
pool, lakes. I swim in the ocean, but it's a little too chaotic.
Yep.
I love being able to just swim out into like the middle of a lake or a dam and just stare at the sky.
That's nice.
It's the most calm I ever feel. It's the only time my head is completely silent.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice. Such a Pisces thing once again. I'm seeing the Pisces.
Yeah.
I've seen the Leo with the videos and on stage, but I'm seeing the Pisces. What's some of the best advice that you've received?
Don't take yourself too seriously, because I have a habit of doing that. You know, I want to be the best at everything, and I'm very much a people pleaser. And I don't care about someone else being better than me. It's more like I need to be the best that I can be.
Yeah.
And give 130% every time.
I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
What's some of the worst advice that you've received?
I have been told really early on that my Mama Morton act was too niche and that no one would book it.
Really?
Yeah, which was really interesting. And then it's my most booked act, so sucks to be them. I think the person was just, like, honestly, I don't think it was coming from a bad place. They were really just trying to give me some good advice on how to get booked. Like, get some acts that are, you know, really not in a theme.
Yeah. More like classic?
More like classic, more...
The typical.
You can just, like, strut and strip. And that's just not my thing. Like, I can't get into it if I don't have some passion behind it, which maybe is detriment to me as a performer, but that's who I am at the moment. So
I feel like also there's people who love that side of things and they can do that, where it's like you want to do what you want to do and what you show on stage like has to be a part of you, not just, you know, what gets booked.
Well, exactly. And I think that I still really just care more about what makes me happy on the stage, because that's what makes the audience happy.
Definitely.
Then, what's going to get me booked, which is hard because sometimes that means you don't get booked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could travel back in time and talk to yourself when you started burlesque, what would you say?
You're going to break both your ankles, girly, so get ready.
Both of them?
Yeah, I fell down the stairs.
Oh, how?
So we had some kids egg our house.
Oh.
And the stairs were just slippery and also wet because it had been raining. And one ankle went and then the other one did. So it was actually fractured, but I fractured both of them.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And it is going to take you a really long time to recover, and don't get in your own head. Because I'm still, to this day, struggling. Like, it's a lot harder to wear heels for a long period of time. My ankles, like, balloon up. Yeah.
How long ago was that?
It was not last year, but the year before, on the 1st of November. It was just after Halloween.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I had a netball injury, and it literally was like a small fracture. Like, it wasn't that dramatic. I mean, that's bad enough, but like...
That's painful.
Even that, like 10 years ago, I'm like, I still feel it today. Like, putting on high heels, like, even when the weather's just a little bit colder.
Right.
It, like, comes out, and I'm just like, cool, I can't walk today. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's... So, I can't imagine having broken...
Well, the doctors were like... I was, like, in a moon boot, and this leg was still... This ankle was still hurting, and I, like, went back, because I was convinced there was something wrong. And they scanned it and they were like, oh, yeah, there is a fracture. And I was like, cool. So I've just been walking around on that now.
Great.
Yeah.
And that would have been making it worse.
Yes. So I don't know if it's like healed properly, but I can move it. But I just have to be really careful.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awful. So do you struggle with imposter syndrome? We talked a little bit about that before. I'm waiting for the day that someone says no. So
yeah, good luck.
Yeah. And how do you overcome it, if you have any tips for us?
It's really hard one. I think it's one I'm still very much working on. I still feel like a baby in so many ways, especially in the Brisbane scene. And I think that I am just taking it as I go. But I do just sort of take a minute a lot of the time to remind myself that people love coming to watch you perform because it makes them happy. So I just choose to focus on that it's another thing in my life that I'm doing that makes someone else's day a bit bright. And you're going to be fine.
Yeah, love that. So what do you believe is your biggest strength when performing?
Probably my face.
You do the good face.
Yeah. I think that's where I got another good, really, really good advice I got was from BB LaBeouf when I first started performing, because I do a lot of lip syncing. And she was like, put some over the top lipstick on and stare in the mirror and just watch yourself lip sync. And that did help me because what you don't really realize when you're on stage is that if you don't think about what facial expressions are going to make at what points, you might not do them. So yeah, and now it comes a little bit more naturally to me. I just like think about it when I'm choreographing a routine, like what am I going to do over here with my face? It's probably what I'm best at. Yeah.
That's so good because that's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be. And it can feel really weird when you're like practicing for one person in the living room and you're like, you know, and they're like,
what's some of your weaknesses or some things that you would like to work on within your burlesque?
Yeah, I just want to work on different styles, expanding my skills, techniques. I think that it's become really easy to get stuck in a certain style and get comfortable there. And that I'm very hard on myself. So
Gotta be nice to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think, unfortunately, I've just become cornered in this plus size of burlesque, and I'm really struggling to get out of that. And I think the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to just like take the wins as they come and just try some more skills, try some more things, go to as many classes as I can go to. Yeah. Take a leaf out of Rosalind Rouge's book, because that's what she does. She's always at a dance class. Every time she's texting me, she's like, I'm going to this dance class now. I'll text you later.
Yeah, she always like pulls out something different.
It's
like
amazing.
Every time I see her, I'm like, oh, new skill. Oh, that's different.
Yeah, she's a superstar. Love her.
So is there any specific goals that you have for the future in burlesque?
I just want to perform on... Oh my God, that's so Leo of me. I want to perform on as many stages as possible.
Love that.
No, but I mean, like, I'd love to go, like, down to Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, and get to experience, you know, the audiences down there. Do something different, yeah.
Yeah, that's so fun. The travelling showgirl life.
Yes.
It's like...
It sounds so glamorous.
So
I'm sure
fancy.
it's not.
Yeah.
Because your costumes stink.
Yeah, literally. And, like, if you have to drive there, like, all the things, that does sound, in one way, very tiring. And, you know, but great in another.
But great.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Be worth it. So we're going to play a little game called This or That.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Rhinestones or feathers?
Rhinestones.
C-string or G-string?
G-string, but I do love a C-string on other people.
Okay. You haven't tried it yourself yet?
No.
Yeah,
no.
me neither.
No.
I'm a little bit scared too.
My puss is large and in charge. She's
I
there.
mean, you can get a larger
Yeah.
one. You can make it yourself.
You know what? I'm going to try that. That's my goal.
Excellent. Neo or classic?
Neo.
Boa or feather fans?
Boa.
Lace or leather?
Lace. I'm too sweaty.
Yeah, me too. Looks great, but not on me.
Yeah, not on me.
Tassels or assels?
Tassels.
Diamonds or pearls?
Ooh. Diamonds.
Drag or burlesque?
That's so hard.
I know.
I like live directly in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say burlesque.
Okay. Stocking heels or stripper heels?
Oh my God. I love a stripper heel.
Yep.
Yep.
Big stage show or intimate bar show?
I love an intimate bar show.
Really? I thought you were going to say big stage.
No. You know why? Because I get to look people directly in the eye.
Oh, okay. It's more intimate. You're like, hey.
Yeah.
Cabaret or comedy?
Ooh. Probably comedy.
Movies or a TV series?
God, it depends. Probably movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any favorites that you could tell us about?
Sweet Home Alabama is one of my all-time favorite movies.
A classic.
Oh, just a classic love story, you know.
I did recently watch that, maybe a year ago,
Yeah.
and I was like, I forgot about how problematic it is.
Yeah. Because I was also going to say Clueless, and then I was like, so many issues.
Also problematic, but we love it. Yeah.
We were trying, okay?
Yeah.
It was the early 2000s.
I know, it was a time. It was a time. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite meal, if you can choose?
Massaman beef curry.
Okay. Yum.
Yeah, delicious.
Halloween or Christmas?
Halloween.
Yes. Red or white wine?
Oh, I'm not a wine drinker.
At all?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, me neither.
Red reminds me of church.
Okay.
And white wine gives me a headache.
Yeah.
Just like immediately.
Yeah.
Just take one sip.
Yeah, it's the alcohol and the sugar, like
yeah,
the
it's too much.
Sweet wines, yeah. Cocktails or beer?
Cocktails.
Any specific cocktail that you like?
I love tequila. It's pretty much all I drink.
Okay.
So probably a margarita.
Nice. Spicy margarita?
I love a spicy marg. Yeah.
And that's it. But what have you got coming up in the new year?
Hopefully things.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully things. Just keep your eye out on my Instagram page.
Yes. And what is your Instagram page for everyone?
So it is Crystal_Quartz, but the quartz has 4 Zs because someone else stole my damn name.
That's like me. I've got 2 Ys and a few X's just
kiss,
kiss.
kiss. And my Facebook is the same. It's also Crystal Quartz.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And it's lovely to meet you finally because we've got a beautiful friend in common.
We do. She's amazing.
We'll have to text her after this.
Yeah, I will. I'll be like,
send her a selfie of us.
Yeah. Stealing your friends.
Yeah. Thank you so much to our guest for being on the podcast and letting us take a peek behind the curtain of their lives. Thanks for everyone joining us, and we will see you in our next episode.